All right, beautiful people, this time we're going to deal with different type of pattern. Here you can see some of the example I have already created for you. So we'll start with the first one and then we're going to solve one by one. Of course, sometimes I will leave some of the example for you so that you can practice it by yourself, okay? So let's start with the first one and try to understand. If you can solve the first one, of course, the rest of the things will be quite easier for you. So let's focus on the first one. So just like the last time, we're going to take the user input for n, which is going to be the number of rows. So if the user give us the value for n is 3, then we're going to create 3 rows, okay? So this is as usual here. Let's say we're going to take the user input and then we're going to create rows, okay? So let's say row 1, row 2, and row 3, okay? Let's keep it like this. So let's go back to the program that we created earlier for the last one. This time we're going to do it like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 1. Okay, so we're taking the user input for the n, or the number of rows, and then we are going to check whether the input is a valid input, whether the user giving us integer or not, something we have done earlier. And then we'll also make sure the number of rows must be greater than 0, okay? And then the outer loop, if you recall, this is something we're using to create a number of rows, so it will be exactly same just like before. And then let's come back here. What we do want to do right now, there are many ways to solve this problem. Again, this is something I want to tell you. But let's say when in the first row, this time we're creating like this: 1, 2, 3. So in the first row, we want to create 3 columns, okay? So this is our column 1, column 2, and column 3. For the second row, we want to create only 2 columns. For the third row, we want to create only 1 column. So again, in order to print these values 1, 2, 3, this is something we can do for sure. We have the inner loop which can run from, let's say, 1 to 3, and then we can do that. But try to understand again here, very important part here. So for the first row, we want to run it 3 times. For the second row, we want to run it 2 times. For the third row, we want to run it 1 time. So we need to find out the pattern in order to do that. So what we can do here, I'm just thinking about one procedure. So remember, there is something we need to find out. So we have value of n, we have the row number, and we can also have the column number. And we need to do something here with the row and, these number of rows. So the value of n, also the number of rows. We need to do something with that. So in order to find out the number of columns. So let's think like, how can we use the value of n and also the row numbers in order to run the column numbers. So what I'm thinking here, just try to understand here. We know that the row number for the first one will be 1. This is something for sure. And when the row number 1 and also the number of rows is 3, we want to run it 3 times. So what can we do here? If we subtract the row number from the total rows numbers, which is 3 in our case, so 3 minus 1 will be 2 for the first row, and it will run only 2 times. For the second row, 3 minus 2 row number, so it will be 1, so it will run only 1 time, but we want to run it 2 times. For the third row, if we subtract from the value of n, so 3 minus 3 will be 0, that means it cannot run even 1 time, but at least we need 1 time. So basically what we need to do, or I'm thinking, if we do something like this, n minus row number, in our case, let's put it like r, plus 1, and this something can solve this pattern. Let's try to understand how it's working here. I'm going to clear this one just to explain you. So for the first row, try to understand here. For the first row, what is happening here, okay? So here I'm going to put 3 as the user gave us the input 3. So for the first row, 3 minus row number will be 1 plus 1. That means we are going to run it 3 times, and therefore for the first row we have 3 columns. Now let's think about second row. For second row, only the value change will be here. So 3 minus 2 will be 1, 1 plus 1 will be 2. So for the second row, we are running 2 columns, which is perfectly fine. For the third row, of course, the value of r will be 3. 3 minus 3 will be 0. That means only 1 time we will have 1 column. So this is our pattern, and this is something we need to deal with. So let's go back here. And this time what basically we're going to do, n minus row number and then plus 1. That should be all. That's what we're looking for. And this time, of course, we want to print the value. So this one will run 3 times, then in the second row it will run 2 times, in the third row it will run 1 time, and this is how it will continue. So we want to print the value of the column. Let's do that here. And now we can check this one out. So let's compile and run, and let's see what's going to happen this time. So let's say the number of rows is 5, and we can see it's working completely fine. 1 2 3 4, then 1 2 3 4, then 1 2 3, and 1 2, and finally 1. And this is the pattern we were trying to complete. Okay, now let's go back. We can also complete some others pattern as well. Let's come back to this one where the value is 3 3 3, then 2 2 2, then 1. Again, the number of rows we are creating will be exactly same. But here, how many times we need to run? We need to run first 3 times, then 2 times. Again, this pattern we already created, how many times we want to run. And this is completely fine. The inner loop is completely fine. But now, what do we want to print here? For the first time, we want to print, try to understand here, all of them has to be 3. And then for the second time, all of them has to be 2. Then third time, all of them has to be 1. So try to find out the pattern, what's going on here. I want you to spend some time and try to understand. So let me come back here, a little bit down here. So the first one, try to understand here. When somebody gives us n equal 3, we need to create a pattern like this. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. So how many times we need to run the rows? This is something we already done with the outer loop. How many times we need to run the columns? This is something we have already done. So we know how many times we need to create the columns, and this is something we have done earlier. But now we need to print the values and where we're going to get the values each time. So what we can do here, try to understand. Here we have row, and this one is row 2, and this one is row 3, right? So we need to do something. Always you need to think something like this, that whether we can do something between n and row number. So what I'm thinking here, if we divide it like this, 3 minus 1, and then maybe we can do something like plus 1. Okay, each time. 3 minus 2, and then plus 1. Okay, so similar kind of things we can do here. So let's say here I'm going to do exactly same thing. Let me copy and paste it. Let's see what's going to happen this time if we run it. Again, there is no rush. You need to think it step by step. So let's say this time if I give 3, you can see it's completely working fine. 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. Okay, and then let's run it again. Here we're going to try with 5, and you can see we are getting exactly what we are looking for. So you need to understand the pattern. You need to understand how basically how many times the row needs to be run, how many times the column needs to be run, and then what you want to print. This is something you need to think here. Now let's go back with this third pattern here. This time it's the similar thing. We have already done it. So we need to print 0 for the even number and 1 for the odd numbers. Okay, and this is something we can do. We have just done a few seconds ago. We can go back to the column and we can divide it by 2. We just need the modulus here, or the remainder here. Okay, so let's try again. Here I'm going to run compile it again, and let's see. Here I'm going to clear it again, sorry, and there you go. Let's say this time I want to try it 5, and there you go. It's working completely fine, and I'm sure you can do the other one, which is something I'm not going to do. So exactly similar kind of things you need to do for the pattern 5. You need to print A, B, C, and for that you need to just add ASCII value. And what do I mean by that? Let me go back. Here I'll go back with the initial one, which is just printing the column. So we know at the beginning it will print, let's go back here, 1 2 3, then it will print 1 2, and then it will print 1. But we know this A ASCII value represents 65, so that's why we can add plus 64 with each number. So let's do that. Here I'm going to add plus 64, and of course here I need to use %C in order to print the character, right? So let me compile and run, and let me show you here. If I try 5, and there you go, it's working completely fine, and I'm sure you can do rest of the things as well. So I'll leave it up to you. I do not want to complete all of them because you need to practice as well. You know how to do with asterisk and hash as well.